Yeah, I'm standing outside Vaught Hemingway Stadium where the Ole Miss Rebels just took on the Razorbacks today in what was an exciting win. Jackson Dart just threw 6 passing touchdowns in his campaign for the Davey O'Brien Award, which would name him as the best quarterback in college football. Today I got Deuce with me. Deuce, what are your thoughts on him being listed for the award, and how do you think it'll impact them going forward?
I think, coming to a school, having your QB, be nominated for that award is pretty cool. And honestly, I think, the fact that he's nominated and possibly can win the award will probably make his teammates want to go harder, want to finish out the season good, hopefully make the playoffs and see what happens.
The Rebels will take on the Georgia Bulldogs here in Oxford at 3:30 next Saturday. Be there, be loud. This is Connor Upton reporting from the Vaught Newswatch Ole Miss. Hey guys, yeah, I'm here at Oxford High School where the girls varsity volleyball team ended up just falling short to Brandon. It wasn't really a thriller of a matchup as Brandon came in here and they swept the Oxford Chargers. The final set score was 25-20, somewhat close to the end of the game, but Oxford just couldn't put it together and get the win. Oxford had a game scheduled at 4 p.m. against Lake Cormorant, but for whatever reason, Lake Cormorant pulled out of that matchup. So their matchup at 6 o'clock against Brandon was rescheduled to 5 p.m. Oxford goes into the state playoffs next week on Tuesday against Germantown, boasting a record of 17 wins and 13 losses with a 5-5 record in district play. We're going to have to see what the playoffs has in store for Oxford. This is Connor Upton reporting from Oxford High School, Newswatch Ole Miss. As the Rebels football season progresses, more and more are anticipating the start of the basketball season. With news coming out recently regarding the men's team holding the 24th spot in the preseason rankings, expectations are at an all-time high. This is the first time they have been ranked since the 2019 season, and Chris Beard expects the guys to be ready to go and ready to compete. Recruiting as well as the transfer portal has played a big role in why the Rebels are ranked where they are. With new recruits and new transfers comes new opportunities for team chemistry to improve.
That we have a lot of team chemistry. We do a lot of things off the court together. And then on the court, I think we communicate very well. And we kind of have a feel for each other now, which is really good going into the season. Just super grateful to have these guys around. And not only that, they're just great people off the court. Like, I love spending my time, whether it's playing a game, eating food, even not only the players, but the GAs and the coaches as well.
There were a few reasons why these guys chose here over other schools too. And we all know that the transfer portal is a huge thing now in college sports. There are many factors when it comes to getting athletes to transfer to your school.
Yeah, I think it just came down to what roster I thought needed me the most and what team I thought could win to the level that I feel like I need to win at. And I feel like with the roster that we had and the way Coach Beard had kind of sold me on the way this team was going to function, I felt like it was the best fit for me.
But there is only so much that the coaches and support staff for the team can do with recruiting and pulling in new transfers. At some point, it comes down to the players and how much they have learned since last season, as well as picked up off each other. It also matters how much the team leaders have learned and what they are considering going forward into the season.
Just being a more vocal leader, letting guys know what's going on, competing on the defensive end, and just keep building off what I did from last year.
With all this preseason talk, I know I'm excited. The 24th ranked Rebs start their season on November 4th here in Oxford against the Long Island University Sharks. They will play their following 4 games here in Oxford before they travel on the road to face Oral Roberts. This is Connor Upton reporting from the Pavilion, Newswatch Ole Miss. The Ole Miss men's golf team has been shattering expectations this year and is making tons of progress. Just recently, they earned the #1 ranking for the first time in program history. There are a few reasons why these guys have been so successful, one being chemistry. What do they do as a group off the course is just as important as what they do on the course.
We kind of tackle it a bunch of different ways. One thing that I think is so special about this team is how close-knit everybody is. Feels like every night we're going to get dinner. We always spend time around each other. Kind of having such a close-knit group of guys is something that you can't really take granted for. I've been on teams in the past and it hasn't really been like that. So, it's kind of just being pretty grateful for what we have here. So.
Chemistry is just the start for a team to earn the top ranking, as there are other key factors that contribute to these guys' success. These guys demonstrate discipline and a willingness to get better each and every week in order to perfect their craft and continue to rise as a program. Moreover, there's always some personality on the team, somebody who keeps the others on their toes.
Oh man, there's a lot of personalities. I can't pick one. I would have to say Collins, Michael, and Aiden. Their personalities kind of, they're fun to be around with, and they kind of bring the goofiness on the golf course and trying to not be as serious all the time. And so it's good to have because I'm more laid back. And so
when all is said and done and players succeed, the program gets better as a whole. The players and coaches work together to bring home that ultimate prize, as well as to keep winning as a group. Golf is said to be more of an individual sport, but in college, it's all about the program. Each team brings something to the table in order to win.
They've been tough, right? And I think we had a lot of things clicking at the Hamptons, when we won a couple of weeks back, but down at our last event at Fallen Oak, we had a couple of guys didn't feel very good, a couple of guys that didn't have their best stuff, and still won by 9, which is a pretty incredible feat. 9-stroke victories, a pretty wide margin of victory. So to do that without our best stuff showed me this group is tough.
The Rebels are off until the start of February, but Coach Malloy also offered up some insight in how they are going to approach the spring season as well as the off season. The Rebels finish out the fall season strong at the top of the rankings. They will look to keep up their momentum going into the spring season as the spring season starts February 1st. This is Connor Upton reporting from the Ole Miss Golf Course, Ole Miss Newswatch.
The Ole Miss women's basketball team has had a few good games to start the season, with their only loss being to number 3 USC in a 2-point game. They are much healthier this year and at full strength. Having guard KK Deans back out there after last year's injury is pretty nice. She took some time to reflect on the beginning of the season and how much it meant to get back out there after last year's knee injury.
First 2 games?
I felt great. Just love being back out there with my team and playing the sport that I love. I'm really blessed to be on the court any day. Every time I get to step foot on the court, I'm grateful.
Guard Madison Scott also talked about what they learned in their first game against USC.
We have to build good habits. We also learned that the little things matter. We made a lot of mistakes. Watching that film it's hurt a little bit, because we had a chance to beat a really, really good team. And we saw that, we made a lot of mistakes. Things that we could control, we didn't, so that's been our emphasis.
And after their win against Jackson State on Sunday, Coach Yo was recognized for earning her 200th career win, something that is a great achievement for coaches to earn. She touched on that after the game.
I don't know if it means that I'm old or I've had some success, but, when I quickly think about the experience here at Ole Miss, it hadn't been easy. And so to go ahead and have this opportunity today to clinch the 200th win before I go home to where I was born and raised, I'm grateful.
The Lady Rebs' next game comes up against Boston College, a 5-1 team, where the game will be held in Nassau, Bahamas. It'll surely be an exciting matchup. This is Connor Upton reporting from the Pavilion, Newswatch, Ole Miss.